All right, this is the clip where she says that they're talking about black men being talked about and browbeat, and she says, "What are y'all talking about, black men? This is about women." The very opposite of what I just said needs to happen.
Question, Abby and Nina. Let me say, I find it very interesting that we're trying to reach out to white men. We're trying to reach out to black men. The people whose rights are really on the ballot right now are women, and we're
the people whose rights that are on the ballot are women. She's saying, we don't care about what y'all black men talk about. We don't care what y'all white men talk about. It's enough of the patriarchy. Exactly what I just said. Enough of this patriarchy stuff. We need to focus on women exclusively. She's confused as to why black men are even a part of the conversation. The reason why men have such a severe backlash in the Democratic Party is because black men especially, have been decentralized from social life. Some of it by our own doing, but more of it by society itself, especially with this feminist movement that we're seeing. And black women have taken the pill of this feminist movement also. So it doesn't give this, and I don't want to bring race into this, but this young lady, this white lady, she has no problem whatsoever saying, forget the black man. It's about us women. And when men hear that, they're saying only one political party cares about us. And it ain't Kamala Harris and the LGBTQIA plus team over there. They're for their families. They're not for our families. What else does she say?
Begging all these men to pay attention to us and to care enough about this election, to vote, to come out, to support us. I feel like Barack going on the campaign trail right now makes perfect sense. Of course, right? He's a top surrogate for Democrats. He should be out.
This woman's out of touch, guys.
They're doing the work right now. I think it's so amazing to me that with women's rights on the line, we're spending so much time focusing on making sure men care. Because
she want to say making sure black men care. We shouldn't spend any time making sure black men care. We can take their vote for granted. And if they don't get in line with black women, then they're going to catch it on the other end from them anyway. Black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party, not black men. We shouldn't care what they have to say. And thank God, even on CNN, they pushed back on what she said and was like, okay, black men do matter a little bit, not a lot, just a little.
I don't know. It's because men are the problem right now.
I mean, women.
And by the way, Governor Walz, according to Politico, is going to be going out on a men tour, literally a tour of media to appeal to men.
They need to appeal to the needs of the voters. And so when I was
and we picked up on that. She's a Democratic analyst for Barack Obama and all this, and she's also elected official in Ohio. And she tries to walk back what the lady says. Let's listen.
Delegate for President Obama in both of his elections in Ohio. Right now, the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that
and ignored on the very panel you're speaking on?
No other voting group. Now, a lot of love for former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message for Democrats is don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women.
Now give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
I was absolutely stunned when I heard her say that. Like, you're having a conversation about how black men are being run over and disregarded and potentially talked down to, that what they're saying and what they feel as far as how they're voting doesn't matter by a former sitting president. And the young lady's response was, who cares about what men think? They're only 50% or 48% of the population. Who cares? This is about women. What happened to us, guys? Have we decentralized and we put men in the clearance aisle for so long that we can't even care about men? We can't care about black men? How they vote is irrelevant? Have I lost my mind, DK?
But to be honest, man, yeah, it's ignorant. It's just ignorant. You know what I mean? As men, you know what I mean? We just, like you said, what is it, 49? Basically 50%. We about even, right? Even with our women counterparts, and our vote doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter who we should vote for or why we should vote. Matter of fact, just don't vote. Just let us be the people who just let them be the people who decide, because it's all about women's rights. And I'm like, man, and I hate keep going through this, and we talk about deletion, right? Deletion,
Child deletion, yeah,
child deletion, right? That it's not. Is it just about the woman? You know what I mean? Is it not? Yes, she's carrying it, but the man has a responsibility. The man has the issues, and a lot of times the man is in the decision. I had a talk with my younger cousin today, and he was saying, to be honest, a lot of the men influence the women to get a child deletion. You know what I mean? And a lot of the men pay for it, right?
Ain't no man forcing any woman to get an abortion in this country.
No, not forcing, but what I'm saying, suggesting it.
They're getting into an agreement to have an abortion.
Yeah.
Forcing a woman to have an abortion is illegal. And we got to quit infantilizing women to make them think that nothing is their fault. Women sometimes, in very rare instances, need abortions. That's 2% of abortions are because of rape, incest, and life and limb of the mother at risk. 2%. The other 98% or so, you had too much fun at the foam party. You was kicking it too much at whatever festival you was at. You got pregnant by John Travius, and now you want to just kill your baby because you were irresponsible. That's not how we can run a society. When you average out the amount of abortion, those things that have happened with the children, over the decades, it's like the same population of Miami. We've hand over fist. When we stand before God, that's going to be one of the main things that we're known for. Oh, this was the generation that took out so many of the babies.